So when you go through a very tough time in a dysfunctional relationship, you do want your relationship, your husband, to also survive, and plus not to lose your children because of DCF. Okay. So my husband, I was pregnant, and he called the police, and I had already my elder two boys. They were 4 and 3, and we were very. It's not like see the stupid thing is, I am not a wilting willow. Okay, nobody's abusing me, and he is not a victim either. We were so destructive of each other. He decided, I told him, I'm going to kick him out. So he said, I'm going to show you. So he, at that point, like, I didn't understand what the heck he was going to show me. So he called the police. And because he called the police, he became the victim and I was the abuser. So I was pregnant. They threw me out. And they told me if I knock on my door, and you can imagine my hormones running. Oh my God. They told me if I knock on my door, they're going to arrest me. And I was paying for the home. I was paying the mortgage. I was taking care of the family. My husband didn't even stay around to raise my kids. He was like always going to meetings, doing retreats, going on a cruise with his elder daughter. And here I am the stupid one. I realized that's when I realized I need to be smart, not hard worker. So the DCF got involved because of that. Because my when I went, I was in Bethesda. I was in my not Bethesda, Brigham and Women's. I was in my fellowship. The next day, I went to my work, and when my boss heard that I was homeless that night, he was annoyed at me. He said, "How dare you put up with this?" He says, "I want you to go to domestic violence. If you don't finish that, I'm not even giving you a job back." He was that angry at me for not standing up. And the police told me I can call a restraining order on him. And I said, you know what? I was raised in India. I don't want to play these games. I felt it's not worth it for me. And plus, for me personally, I didn't believe I was being a victim or abuser. And I also know my husband is not victim or abuser. So I felt like, the only thing I needed clarification from my husband because I watched lots of forensic files. I asked my husband, I said, I wanted to go for a meeting with you so you can talk. And I told him, would you kill me for money? He said, what sort of a question to ask? I said, I need you to look me in my eye and tell me you will kill me for money or not. That's all I wanted to know because even if he lied, I can catch it. So I wanted to know where he's at. He wouldn't answer me. And then he came back after 12 hours. He says, I would never do that. So he was so angry he couldn't even answer at that point. Can you imagine? Like, but then afterwards he said he would never do that. And I said, would you again call the police and put me out? He said yes. So I went and bought another property. And he said, I'm not going to take this chance. So I actually own another property right next to him. He was pissed off, but it doesn't matter. But that's because I could do it. See, the thing is, I had a very different position than you. Okay. So then DCs got involved because of the domestic violence and stuff, because they assume it's a violence. And they said to me, your children is going to be forever screwed up because you are not standing up. They think all my boys would treat their girlfriends the same way. And I said, my grandfather was very difficult. My grandma had a nightmare. She had 8 kids, but all of them are super successful and very compulsive and very controlling. So I said, I don't believe that. I know. So I said to them, instead of telling me that way, tell me what your rule that I lose my children. So she said, the main thing is I cannot badmouth my husband in front of my kids. I cannot cry in front of them. And then to like make sure their needs are met, meaning like basic living lifestyle, right? I need to like somehow make sure their needs are met. Whether I'm the custody or not custody, it doesn't matter. I'm accountable for that. Okay, so then they were in daycare that time. I went to the daycare and I told them what happened. And I said, what do I need to do? So they said, first of all, when somebody is being aggressive, they children need to know their world is protected. So they said, make sure, similar to Big Bird, You have a louder voice, so their world feels safe. So the other thing they said is for the kids, it's like more about their environment. It doesn't matter who's right, who's wrong. That that doesn't matter at all. So I said okay. Then I also went into a very deep meditative state, and I'm going to show you that book. Where is that? Is it? Oh, I gave it to the other girl. Okay, she is reading it, I guess. I don't know. It suddenly disappeared on me. But anyway, there is a symbol there, I Ching. When I was meditating, it came to me. It was a blizzard that made this swirling sign. What it meant is that whatever given situation is, know what is legally right, and balance judgment is severe, balance it with what is morally fair. That's called resoluteness. So I wrote this book, Positive Anonymous 12 Steps. And so, because I wrote to AA and I asked them to rewrite it, because it's all about behaviors, wholesome behaviors. So, mission statement is resoluteness. Resoluteness means you need to know what is your responsibility as a parent and meet that. Goal is to stabilize families, values 12 steps, and be a spiritual mirror. So, essentially emulate what God's vision of Him for me. Okay, spiritual mirror. So that was what the setting point in my life. So whenever my husband even dragged me, I used to say, "Oh!" So he said, "What? Are you crazy?" I said, "I want to protect my kids." And like, I pretend he laughed, but I said, that's what they told me to be a big bird. So I started becoming big bird. I said, "I don't want you to ever touch me in anger." He never touched me in anger. That's not allowed. And then the other thing is, I went to law library and I found out what is my custodial right. So I designed Monday, Tuesday is my husband's day to be with the kids. Wednesday, Thursday, my day to be with kids. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, alternate weekend, alternate. This put my whole life into perspective. My husband didn't understand initially. This whole thing fell into place for me in 2006 because January 2006 is when I bought my first property. Because I had to make this decision knowing he's going to call the police again, because he could never guarantee he would not call. May 12th, 2012. I'm telling you because all these uh, dates are very important for me. 5/12/2012. His daughter, actually, before that, she ran away from her home and she was living with some kids in Rhode Island. And he finally tracked her, and for summer, she did a job for us. That's when he realized how difficult it is for girls to be homeless. On 5/12/2012, for some reason, he picked up a fight with me and he tried to drag me out and throw me out. And I came back through the garage door and I said, "You're not going to throw me out. You told me because of your daughter, you'll never throw me out." He says, "Yes, I did something wrong." And that day, 5/12/2012, he promised he will never ever throw me out of my house. So we were married in 1998. How long it take? So 2008, 9, 10, 14 years to tell that we'll never throw up. But I even wrote in my book, the thing is, dysfunctional relationship needs one hero in the family. Can you feel the stillness around us? Because all the thoughts stop. Because it's so universal truth. That's why I'm telling you, I walked your walk. I lost my kids. It was appalling that night, pregnant, alone, not having my kids. The next day morning, I come, they are near a tree. Both have a knife. And they were saying, "We are protecting this tree." I'm like thinking in my heart, maybe the tree is me, you know. And actually, that is my picture with my kids. I went to a motel because the weekend I need to be away. I used to sometimes take them, just the kids and me, mom with boys. I did it, and my husband didn't even understand. It took him almost like 10 years to understand what I was doing. And now he feels the same way. He goes away for 2 days. Now he uses his time differently. Even now he's not doing it the exact way, but he cooks in the morning exactly on the day. He has to be, I think, but what I'm saying is do it for your children, but do also what is right for your husband. So you need to do it in a way, custodially, what's expected of you, parentally, what is expected of you, with love with your husband, what's expected of you. And you can do it. I will teach you. Okay? I'm proud of you.